Thank you, Mr Speaker. Afterpay, ZipPay, OpenPay, Hum and Newcomer Bundle are all a new form of financial product, so-called digital lay-by, except they're not actually lay-by. Lay-by used to mean a store would put the goods aside, then you paid it off in instalments, and only when you've actually paid for it do you then pick up the goods. But nowadays you just get the goods up front, at the point of sale, whether that's in-store or online, and then you pay them over a set period. Afterpay, which is the most successful of these products, requires 4 fortnightly payments. Payments are interest-free if met on time. But for a growing number of financially vulnerable Australians, mainly young people, this is seeing them drown in late fees, risking bankruptcy and destruction of their financial future. These products exist in the shadows. Unbelievably, they are not regulated and are not considered a credit product under the National Credit Code. The providers have no obligation to assess whether the consumer can actually afford to purchase the product. Most of these products do not perform any form of credit check and have no idea how many competitor products a consumer may also hold. So vulnerable young people are getting deeper and deeper into debt with credit from multiple providers, yet this never triggers a credit check. Buy now, pay later, BNPL, is especially popular with young millennial women. It's now being used extensively to fund clothes, shoes, makeup, eyelash, hair extensions and cosmetic dentistry. Yet retailers are actually the real customers of BNPL products, not the end consumer. This whole thing is designed to push up retail sales, not to protect consumers' financial well-being. Retailers, of course, love this. People just spontaneously buy stuff that they can't afford, especially young lifestyle and social media-focused consumers. And a quick look at Afterpay's website reveals exactly who they're targeting. The front page I looked at it this afternoon. They have these little tiles. 18 pictures are of scantily clad, glamorous women. There's 1 baby and 2 men. In the first 6 months this year, Afterpay reported that late fees make up 17.6% of their statutory income, yet less than 5% of their customers paid late fees. So what that means is a tiny proportion, less than 5% of customers, are paying enormous late fees. So for them, BNPL products are downright dangerous. Growth in unregulated BNPL is exploding. In just 2 years, 2016 to 2018, the number of customers jumped from 400,000 to over 2 million. BNPL providers still pretend they're not flogging a credit product. Yet the fine print from Afterpay, and I'm picking on them although they're the best and probably actually the best of the companies, the largest and the best, because they do agree we need regulation, but their fine print states they reserve the right to report any negative activity on your account, including late payments, missed payments, defaults and chargebacks, to credit reporting agencies. But they don't complete credit checks on their customers. This is having a bet each way. They won't check, but they will wreck your credit rating. There's now a strong correlation between the use of high-cost payday lenders and BNPL usage. One payday lender has admitted that 90% of their applicants have used BNPL products in the previous 90 days. Now, Jane is one of these victims. She's in her 20s and works at a supermarket. Recently, when Jane applied for a $1,500 personal loan, the lender then discovered that she had 288 BNPL transactions from one company in just 90 days, totalling $5,600. And they were all for beauty and fashion purchases. If the BNPL product had assessed Jane's credit history in a cursory way, they would have found that she'd opened 11 payday loans in just 90 days, has a credit card and active file with a debt collector. Jane could not afford to pay her food, her rent, and she was totally consumed by late fees. Because once the late fees start, they're a killer. Because the way they work, you get a loan for $2,000, you can have 10 separate transactions under that loan. You miss one payment because, I don't know, your car breaks down, you're sick from work for a day and they can't get the payment in your direct debit, you get 10 late fees and then it just compounds from there. That debt gets sent off to a debt collector and they're not shy in sending you bankrupt for very small amounts of money. It wrecks your life. Young Australians like Jane need to be protected from this form of credit. Now, nothing I've said tonight is new. The government knows about this problem, yet they have not done anything. ASIC reviewed the arrangements and concluded in January that they have no jurisdiction to regulate this conduct and address the lending risk to consumers. There are new products entering the market every month. It is urgent that these products are regulated as credit. If it smells like credit, it feels like credit, it works like credit, then we have to accept that it's credit and bring it into the regulatory framework. Now, these products, of course, are great for lots of people who use them responsibly, and they should be there. Fit-for-purpose regulation. It doesn't need to be onerous like a home loan, but action is needed to rein these products in and make them safe.